Hello, my name is Sarah. Welcome to the It's a Sarah podcast. Today is Monday, September 26th, and this is episode 39. Coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutch English. I make an episode every week on YouTube, two actually, one in Dutch and one in English, and I do that since episode 20. So if you would like to see a proper introduction of myself, you can go to episode 20. But I think the most important you need to know of me is I like to knit, I like to crochet, and I like to talk about my knitting and crochet. So that's what I do. I said I make an episode every Monday, but the last 2 Mondays it didn't happen. 1 week was planned and 1 week was not. The first week I was on a school trip with my youngest daughter. We went camping and working in the woods, and it was pretty cool. It was a very nice week. I had a lot of fun, and I had not a lot of sleep. So last week I was quite tired. But last Monday we decided to go to the Efteling. And the Efteling is, how do you call it? A pretpark. Like Disneyland, I guess. But then as the Efteling. Attraction park. I don't know the word in English. We call it a pretpark, a fun park. The kids had all a day off from school, so we went to the Efteling, and it was a very nice day. And I was thinking to make an episode the next day, but then I was so tired. I only want to sit on my couch and knit and do nothing, and certainly not making an episode on YouTube. I only want to watch episodes from other knitters on YouTube. So I'm okay right now. I had a lot of sleep and a lot of knitting time, and I have a lot to tell right now. So let's go. Let's start with what I'm wearing. This is a very bright and colorful sweater. I prefer more dark colors. Dark brown is absolutely my favorite colors. I like brown and greens, and this is quite bright for me, but I love it very much. It's good to get out of your comfort zone now and then. And today it's a very grey and rainy, quite cold Monday in the Netherlands, and I actually love that kind of weather. But wearing a colorful sweater, brings up the mood, I guess. Not that my mood needed that, but it feels okay. The yarn I used is from Lang Yarns. It was gifted to me from Lang Yarns when I worked for them. Lang Yarns Frida. It's 100% merino. A color changing yarn. You can see it at the stripes. At the sleeves they are much wider than at the body. And the design is, it's my own recipe for a sweater. I don't like high necklines, so I always want to have some air and some, it feels better for me. So I knit it from bottom up, I did, and then I did the drop sleeves and a wide neckline, a wide low neckline, and this is perfect for me. I also have one in brown with short sleeves, and it's a perfect sweater for spring or for autumn, or in winter as an extra layer, extra woolen layer under your cardigans or other sweaters. So I'm very happy to wear it again. You can find all my notes about this on my project pages on Ravelry, and I will link them below. I'm a bit behind, not with this one. This one is okay, but my other projects which I'm working on right now, I'm a bit behind, but I hope I can update them when my episode is uploading. So when it's online, it's all okay, and otherwise I will do that tomorrow. But you can find all my notes there, and if you can find them there, I don't know. I don't know it. Okay, let's go to finished objects. I have none, not really, and that's quite strange after not podcasting for 3 weeks. But I didn't have a lot of knitting time while I was on camp, school camp, on the school trip. I did have last week, but I didn't finish something. I have a finished object, but it's not knitted. It's sewn. Do you say it's so? It's sewn. I made it with a sewing machine. I'm not a sewer. I am making a dress, but I don't like it. I don't like the process of sewing. I do like the result. But I want to share this one because it's special. The fabric was thrifted in France by a friend, a dear friend. She brought it to me because, you know, my favorite color is brown. And it is filled with all my yarn scraps. That's why I want to show it. I put all my yarn scraps in a bag and never throw it away. Always put it in that bag. And sometimes there's some underwear or leggings with holes in it, and I cut them in small pieces, and I put it also in the bag. And I wanted to make a pillow for our dog on which she can lay. She has enough places to lay, but I thought it would be nice. But I was filling it, and I thought, oh, when I put all the stuff in it, it's a nice pillow for on the couch. And it is. It's perfect for when I'm knitting. I love to have something in my bag when I'm sitting on the couch, and my other family do love it also. So it's a very nice and heavy pillow, and you can throw it in the washing machine. Yeah, you can, but you have to do it. It's not. It's only this. So, but it's okay. It's brown, and yeah, I don't know. All the washing. Not always necessary. So that's my finished object. I forgot to tell about this. This is actually part of what I'm wearing. I'm not wearing it, but it's right in the how do you say it? In beeld. It's in your face. No, it's not in your face, but I don't know. You can see it. It's a triangle shawl. I crocheted it. I have crocheted. That's not good grammar. I crocheted. I have made it. No, I made it. All the grammar. It's horrible. I made it a few years ago. It's merino yarn, and it was a gift for my mother-in-law, and she wore it a lot. But she said last week, she said her hair color is changed. It was a blonde, and now she is a pure white, and it's a very bright white, beautiful color. But it doesn't match with this broken white color. So I completely understand why she's not comfortable by wearing it anymore. And she said, "Do you want it back?" Of course I want it back, but I don't need a triangle shawl. I have enough. But it's perfect for on the couch, especially, it looks nice. It was my own design. I'm very proud of it. I could crochet something like that, but maybe I will wear it one day. But for now, it's perfect there. We have a woolen couch, and my husband is very sensitive for wool, and he doesn't have a lot of hair, so he's always laying in the couch, and merino wool is better for him. So he's very happy with this solution. Okay, I did finish 2 socks, only they are not one pair. 2 different socks. I did finish them, one yesterday and one this morning. It's October, and autumn is fully here, especially today. And I feel it. My knitting mojo is high, and I never lost my knitting mojo, but now it's very, very high. I want to knit all the things. I want to make all the things. Not only knit, I also want to crochet all the things. And it's quite overwhelming, I must say. But also the socks. I want to knit all the socks. I don't need any socks. I don't want to give any socks away or too much socks away, but I do want to make them all. But before I went to the school trip, I had a sweater to knit on, but the day before I thought, oh, maybe it's a bit too big to put, to take with me. So I cast it on a sock, this one, and it's a sock yarn I bought when we were on holiday, and it's a brand I don't know. I guess it's German. I don't know it, but I do like it. I did like the colors. And I just knitted a plain sock. My go-to sock knitting is from toe up, and I love the stitch markers. I put one every 10 rows, and it's so easy to knit, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I did a shadow wrap short row heel, and then I did 70 rows for the leg and 2x2 rib. And I saw a Dutch podcaster, Mirjam Molenbeek. She saw it with the Crazy Sock Lady to put a little colored detail on the cuff, and I love it. It's not I did not a very contrasting color. I don't want that, but it feels like a signature in your sock. Sarah made it. It's brown. So I do love it. So I made them in my size. I don't need them. I don't know if I will wear them, or if I will give them away when I have someone with the same size in my family or friends. I don't know, but it was nice to work on them. So I will cast on the second one soon. The other sock I made, it was a sporty one, and it is for my daughter. It is a 2x2 rib all over, same size, and 2 stripes at the top. And I cast it off. I bound off this morning, and I knitted it with long yarn wool. It was gifted to me. Long yarn wool is quite thin. I'm not sure if I like it for plain socks. I knitted them with held double, and I prefer that, I guess. It's a bit messy, but maybe when I block it, it will be better, but it's quite thin. Although that's nice to wear in your shoes, but I'm not sure. But my daughter liked them. I made the leg quite high, so it will come about above her sneakers. She wears high sneakers, and yeah, you can see the stripes. I have a hole here. I don't know. I never have a hole with a shadow wrap short row heel. And it's in my first stitch. So I don't know what I did there. If I dropped the stitch or whatever, I will fix it. But I don't like it. I don't like holes in my heel. But these 2 socks I will soon make the second one. The socks for my daughter. My daughter's birthday is in 3 weeks, so I can give them that day on her birthday, and it's a good deadline. And the other socks, they don't are not in a hurry. Okay, let's see my works in progress. First we have my Maestria cardigan. I have shown it before in the last episode. Stria cardigan from Andrea Mowry. I decided to knit a plain one, a solid one, in the lovely yarn from a Dutch dyer Atelier Lindelicht. In the color Tiger Eye. It sounds fabulous, and it is. Oh, it's such a nice color. With this knitting, I participate in the slow knitting along from also a Dutch podcaster, Elisa from House of Wool. I told you about it before, I guess, but I will repeat it. She wants, with that knitting along, she wants to focus on the slow stuff of knitting, on the slow fun of knitting, because we are often focused, I am, on making as much as we can and faster, because I want that sweater and that cardigan. I also want the socks, and I want to make everything. I'm feeling it right now very much at the moment. It's because of the weather, and autumn is coming and winter is coming. I want to make all the things, and I don't know if I can explain it in English, but in Dutch I said it's a small rope I am balancing on, and one side there is so much inspiration and fun and all the yarn, all the patterns, all the colors, all the things, and all the energy I get from all the things. And on the other side there is so much overwhelming and fear of missing out and all the negative emotions about it. And I'm balancing on that small rope between. I'm not falling at one side or another side, but it's quite exciting. It's a bit of both. I have so much fun, and I also feel overwhelmed by all I want to make. And I also want to sleep enough. I am very good at. I need a lot of sleep. Most people need a lot of sleep, and most people don't sleep as much as they need, I guess. And last winter I want to sleep enough, so that's good for my body and my mind. But it didn't work out, I guess. And this winter I have a second chance, so I go early to bed every evening, and it feels very good and very nice. But it's also 1 hour or 2 hours less knitting time. Luckily I have a lot of knitting time on in daytime, so I have no paid job outside, so I can manage my own time, and that feels very nice. So, okay, the other another work in progress I cast on was not a planned one. It was quite impulsive one. But I have some old stash yarn, and I want it to be a sweater. I don't want it to be yarn balls anymore. Where are you guys? In here, I guess. I don't want them to be yarn balls anymore, but just want to be a sweater. And not especially for me, but I was thinking of my girls. One of my girls. I have a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old girl, and I was thinking I will knit an Anker sweater, and I hope one of them will wear it. And if they don't, I will wear it my own. But I'm not a fan of high necklines. And I did cast on an Anker sweater at the beginning of this year, but it didn't work out. It was not nice, but I did some adjustments to the neckline, so it was much wider, and it is already a quite wide neckline, but I made it much wider, and I didn't do that. And I also cast it on the size extra small, and for myself I always choose small, but now I did extra small because my girls are a bit smaller, but it's okay because they want oversized sweaters. I love sweaters with not too much positive ease, and they do, so it was okay. But I cast it on, and it is a so lovely, easy work. You can knit all. Mainly when I have, I forgot to tell about the Stria cardigan. I made a mistake. Oh, that's the part I forgot. I made a mistake. I forgot an increase, and I was so enjoying the knitting of the stitch, and then I forgot an increase, and I couldn't drop stitches and pick up with that half fisherman's broken rib or whatever it calls. So I have to rip out my needles. I have to pull out my needles, rip out all the rows, and now then I put it in my basket, and I didn't look at it for 3 weeks now. So I have to make time for it, but this is for me is a work I have to pay attention. I can't knit this while everything is happening around me, while people are talking to me. I can put it away while I'm cooking or whatever. I have to do simple knits for that. I can do this all at the same time. So often I am knitting blankets or socks. in that for that simple works. But I do have a lot of crocheting blankets. Crocheting granny squares are absolutely favorite for that part of time. But I have way too much blankets. I have way too much socks. I want the sweaters. I want to knit all the sweaters. So I decided to cast on a simple sweater, and I can make while doing all the other things and put it away while we are eating breakfast, and I knit some rows and put it away, and it's absolutely okay. And this sweater is perfect for that. Okay, so the Anker sweater by Petite Knit. I knit it in Yarn and Colors. It's a Dutch company, and it was a gift years ago. It's very old stash. I'm not sure why I never knit something with it, but now it's the moment. It's the color olive, Yarn and Colors Serene. It's a DK merino weight, 100% merino DK weight, and it's very nice yarn to knit with. And when I put on the sweater on me, I was I actually quite like it, although the neckline is high. The fit was very good, it felt very good. It is a superwash yarn, but I was very happy with it. So maybe when my girls don't want to wear it, it's not so bad at all. I have a new sweater. So I'm knitting the sleeve right now on my short circulars. I have, where do I have? You have the yarn company Jerbo, and they started to have a Dutch company. You can sell in the Netherlands their yarns. Etna, their name is, come on, don't struggle with all the words. And this Trigu shorty set was a gift from Etna to me, and it's I'm very pleased with it. I'm very happy with it. And I'm knitting the sleeves on short circulars. I'm a magic loop knitter, so it's what can I say? I prefer English style knitting with the shorties. Not when I'm knitting on my sweater, then it's okay because I have the fabric to which I can hold. But when I'm knitting a sock or a sleeve, something with a small circumference, that you know what I mean, then I prefer my yarn in my right hand. That I can hold it better. It's better. So that's totally okay. I had a lot of struggles with my knitting style. My knitting was not as neat as I wanted to be. My stitches were dancing all the way, and I tried a lot of English style knitting. It seems to work out, but then when I'm knitting continental, it's flowing and it's relaxing, and English style, I don't know. Sometimes it's flowing and relaxing, but sometimes not. And I also have another problem. I'm a bit afraid I have my first knitting injury. My shoulder hurts. And it's actually for 2 months now. In the summer, I'm a bit afraid after all the trying English style, my left shoulder, it's also a bit in my right, but mainly my left shoulder hurts a lot. And I ignored it because that's what I do when something's happening what I don't like. I ignored it for quite a while, but now I have so much pain. It's bothering me in daily life. When I was doing the laundry or what was I doing? Oh, when my alarm clock went in the morning, it makes and I want to put it out, and I have to do that movement to my alarm clock. Oh, it hurts a lot. So maybe I have to look for some advice, professional advice. We shall see. It doesn't hurt when I'm knitting or crocheting, so I'm very happy with that. So, okay, I have another work in progress, and that is in this lovely bag. I always forgot to mention my project bags, but this is a special one because it's just I don't know how you call it, ruitjes in Dutch. Yellow and white ruitjes. I don't know the name, but this was in our laundry one day, and I didn't understand it immediately. My son went on a school trip to Rome in Italy a few weeks ago, and it was in his laundry, and I was a bit I asked him, is this from your friends? Maybe it was a bag for dirty underwear, so but there was nothing in it, so I didn't understand. I thought it was a mistake, but then he said, no, we were walking in a park in Rome and this was on the ground laying there, and I thought it would be a perfect knitting bag for you. And it's so sweet. My son is 17, a 17-year-old boy, and sees it's quite a lovely bag and thinks, oh, that's good for the knitting for my mom. That's so lovely. So I use it as a knitting bag with a special story. And in this knitting bag is my second sweater, and I knit it in Kamp Garn from Istex. The first time I work with it, it's 100% merino. Sport weight, and I think it's a superwash, I'm not sure, in a bit of a beige brown color. It's a bit too dark to be called beige and a bit too bright to call brown, but it is a lovely color. I bought it at a yarn shop, no, not a yarn shop, in a very lovely shop, Little Shop Around the Corner is her name, in the Netherlands, with all the lovely stuff. You should take a look there. She has also wool and yarn, but she has a lot of baby stuff and clothes, and I think this one is also from there. All the lovely stuff. I love it. But I am knitting, let's see, I am knitting the Ursina from Jacqueline Cieslak, and it's on my list for quite a while. I have the pattern for quite a while, and now I'm actually finally making it, and I'm loving it. It's a top-down a raglan sweater, and it's perfect for me. Shall I tell you about in English? It's September, and September is the perfect time to beat your dragons. I've learned that. I teach on a Waldorf school, and my kids went to the Waldorf school, and MKAL's feest, that Michael's feest, I don't know, Michael's feest is one of the in Dutch we call it jaarfeesten. I don't know the English word, but you have some parties is not a good word, like Christmas, some of the festivities, and in September you have MKAL's feest, and it's the time when you beat the dragon. And I've learned that it's the perfect time to beat your personal dragons too. Before you go from summer to winter, you in summer all was okay, and now in autumn you are preparing for winter, and it's good to beat your dragon, so you can, in winter you can rest and lay down for the next spring. So beating your dragons can be, you can have all the dragons. You can have big dragons, little dragons, personal, plain is not a good word. And you also can have knitting or crochet dragons. And one of my knitting dragons, it was not actually my dragon, but it was behavior of my dragon, I guess. One of my dragons was, I am very good in thinking simple things difficult, making simple things difficult in my head. There is a problem, the solution is simple, but my superpower is making it very, very different and hard. So it's too hard to start with it, and I always put it away. Oh no, I want that. Oh no, it's way too hard. Don't go there. There's always a voice in me which is screaming, don't go there, Sarah, don't go. It's difficult. It's exciting. We don't want that. We want easy stuff. And that's quite interesting. So it's also one of my dragons was, I don't like a high neckline. So there are a lot of patterns, especially raglan top downs, which I want to adjust the neckline and make a lower neckline with a V-shaped neckline, or a neckline like this, a lower rounded neckline. But I also only did it by myself, working from bottom up, and never with a raglan. So it's quite easy. I have patterns with this. This is one of them. I have a book in which it is explained, but my brain I don't understand it yet, and sometimes I look at it, but that little voice, no, this is hard, we don't know it, we go away from it, is screaming so loud that I'm not I can't understand it, because that voice is too loud screaming. So I know it now. I used to think it really was too difficult for me years ago when I didn't learn how it worked in me. I was always thinking, no, it's way too hard, I can never do it, it's not my thing. Now I know, and there's someone screaming it's too hard, but it is not. You will find out it is easy later, but now it's quite hard, but it isn't, and you know that, but I still didn't try it. So this is my dragon to beat. I want to learn how to adjust the V-shaped neckline on a raglan sweater, so I can make it, and I can make all the patterns in the way I like them. So this is the beginning, and of course it isn't hard. It's quite easy, of course. I knew it, but I have to experience it, and that's the dragon. That's my dragon, a very nice dragon. This is Ursina, and I love it. I really love it. I don't know if you see the color right now. It's a very great day, so I have my ring light on, and it's a little too bright, I guess. Maybe this is good, but I love the little details, the raglan details, and what I'm doing now is this little bit of yarn I will knit up, and then I first will knit the sleeves, and then I can see the fit, and I think it's with not too much ease. I didn't make a swatch, so I just started, and I did go one needle size down, because I always do. I'm a loose knitter, and I did 3.25 for this, 3.5 for knitting in the round. I will do 3.75 for the sleeves, I guess, and then it's okay. But what do I want to say? Oh yeah, I will knit the sleeves first, and then I can see the fit, and then I will know if I want to be it cropped, or when it's a bit wider I will wear it on my jeans, and then I want it a bit longer, but I think it will be perfect on my skirts and on my dresses, so then it must not be too long. So I will knit on that. And it makes me very happy. It feels very nice. It's lovely yarn. So, okay. Let's see. That were all my works in progress. And now I want to take you on my plans. I'm a bit in a hurry, but because I think one of the kids is coming home any moment, so maybe I don't like to interrupt the videos and edit all the stuff, but maybe I have to put her down and let him inside. I'm in the living room, so yeah, I can't film when other people are around me, especially not in English. He would laugh at me and I would laugh at myself. But I'm enjoying it, so it's okay. First, the mystery knit along from Stephen West. Oh, I'm looking forward to it a lot. I've made my yarn choice, although I think I've made them. I was looking for yarn which I want to buy, but then I thought, oh no, I want something only I can make, a color combination. I was looking for Holst yarn, and I was thinking of make my shawl in Holst yarn, but all the color combos were very lovely, but also there was nothing special for me. Do you understand? So then I went to my stash again, and I thought there were no opportunities for two times 200 grams, I guess, but I found something. First of all, this yarn, it's a bit of ecru, how do you, broken white, I guess, dark broken white. And I will combine it with these two skeins, and these are brown. These used to be blue sock yarn, and I dyed them by myself. I'm not a dyer. I do have some dye, but I'm not a dyer. My favorite color is brown, so it's always good. Everything you dye will always turn out brown when when you put all the colors together. But these yarn base, the base is the same, but you see a bit of difference. Oh, moment. Yes, one of the kids came home. But I can finish my podcast. But so I was telling you about my colors for the mystery knit along, and these two, they have the same dye, the same color brown, but the base was different. They both were blue. I guess I don't love blue. I don't like blue, so I painted them brown. And I don't want to alternate skeins. So I thought maybe when I knit this mohair with it, it would hide the color difference, and I can make a shawl. I will try that. So these two will be the main colors, and then I have a contrast color black. But I'm not sure. It could be I will add another contrast color, something brighter, but I will decide when I am knitting at part 1, and then I will make that decision. This is quite neutral, brown and white and black, but maybe I want something very bright to spring out. This shawl will mainly be knitted for the fun, for the knitting, and not especially for the wearing. I'm very happy when I want to wear it also, and this color combination will increase the chance of wearing it, but maybe the bright color will increase my fun of knitting it. So we shall see. So I'm looking forward to that. 1 week I didn't bought the pattern. I have to do that. I discovered while I was making my Dutch episode. I don't have the pattern. But I'm not in a hurry. I will do it these days. Okay, then another fun thing is I was watching the Creabea's podcast from Rebecca, and I love her podcast. I love Rebecca. She's a very lovely knitter, and she is also she also started designing knitwear, and I love her first design, the Cargill sweater. It is a high neckline, sweater with a high neckline, but I guess it's a raglan sweater. So when the pattern is out, I will definitely see if I can make it with a lower neckline, with a V neckline or a lower neckline, because I love the stitches she used. It's very lovely. But I was watching her latest, no, not the latest, 1 week ago episode, I guess, and she was showing her second design, the Kerr sweater, and she was wearing it, and she was showing her other example, and my youngest daughter was in the living room too, and she said, I like that sweater, that's a nice one. And I said, shall I knit it for you? And she said, yes, that's a good idea. And it was a test knit. Rebecca calls for test knitters, so I replied, and I can test it. But it's quite, my daughter said she wanted a black and white version, so I have chosen for Yerbo. Edna from Yerbo. I told when I was showing you the knitting needles. It is a new company in the Netherlands. This one I bought from them, and she wants a black and white version. And this morning she said, I've picked them up this morning, but before she went to school, she said, I've yarn in my eye. She said, you don't have to, you didn't choose something itchy, did you? No. I said, no, I didn't. Yes, I did. It's quite itchy. I did expect it, but I don't know. I'm not sure if she will wear the sweater, but it was a lovely sweater, and I love to test it. only the high neckline is not my thing, but when she or her sister both don't want to wear the sweater, maybe the fit is okay for me. Maybe I will be happy with a high neckline, but when it isn't, I can always stick it and make the neckline wider, because I love the black and white. I love the color work. I love it on the sleeves, on the body. It's a lovely design, and I love this yarn. It's a sport weight, non-superwash yarn, and it feels like it's perfect for color work and a perfect warm color. So of course I bought more of these, 4 more of these, because I last year I made the festive yoke sweater from Skeender, and I want to have a festive yoke cardigan too. So I don't know when it's all gonna happen. I also bought some Alafos Lopi, because Let Lopi is gone everywhere, and Alafos Lopi is also hard to get, and I bought this for a cardigan. I have 2 patterns in mind. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I do have the yarn, and that's one. And that way I can sleep well at night. The yarn is in my house. The moths are also in my house. They are doing fine, I guess. Oh, no, they are not doing fine because of the little wasps. They are doing their job very good. I have more yarn from Yerbo, from Edna. I have this in my stash for quite a while, almost a year now. But I can use it now because they are now online. This is Svensk Wool, and it was gifted to me by Edna. And this is the color Rhubarber Lemonade, and this color, I don't know the name, blackish. I guess it was blackish. It's not pure black, but blackish. And I will make something with it. It was my plan to make this cardigan, and I love the color work in this cardigan. I don't love this part, so I was playing with some ideas to adjust it. But now winter is coming, I will make a sweater of it, and I will again make a raglan sweater with a V neckline or a low round neckline and this wonderful color work on the body, and I will make long sleeves, and I have the perfect sweater, just my style, so I will make that too. I want to cast it on immediately, all the things. I also bought a pattern from Petite Knit for my little niece. She's 18 months, she is 18 months, and I want to make a sweater for her, the Ingrid sweater, and so I bought the pattern, but then I saw all my needles. I had all the sweaters on that needles, and I think I have some 3.5 needles left, but it was a sign. You first have to finish something before you cast on a new thing, so I will do that. So let's see, did I show you all the things? Yes, I guess I have a lot of other things on my list, but that are mainly Dutch things. I talked about in my Dutch podcast. I was I can tell you a bit about it. I was 2 weeks ago, I was at a knitting picnic on the beach, organized by a Dutch podcaster, Mirjam Molenbeek. She has an online knitting lesson company, and she lives in Scheveningen. That's next to Den Haag. The Hague? Do you say it in English like that? So I went to, she organized a picnic on the beach, and it was a lovely picnic with a lot of lovely ladies and some men, not knitting men. There were some ladies with their families. And we knitted and chatted, and it was a very warm day, and it was perfect to be on the beach. So that was very nice, and it inspired me. I had already the plans. I organized some days before summer, but I will organize a sock knitting day in October. So it's perfect day with lovely ladies for sock knitting. In my hometown, and we will knit and chat and connect, and I love that. I love to be together with other people who loves doing the same, in this case knitting or crochet, and you can share your inspiration, and yeah, it's nice to understand. I do have quite some crafters in my family and friends. but it's not all of them, and it's very nice to have them to connect in real life, because on social media it's okay and it's very lovely and it's very good, but in real life, sitting next to each other and doing that is it's better. It's even better. So I'm looking forward to that. And I don't have a knitting group here in my hometown, a weekly or a monthly knitting group. I'm quite a solitary knitter, I guess. I do it. I love to knit on my own, but it's nice to connect now and then. So that's perfect for me. Okay, I guess I've told you everything. Let's see. Yes, I told you everything. And now one thing I was doubting, but let me tell you about it. This skein, I think I shown it before in the latest episode, but this skein of sock yarn was a gift to me from Françoise from Bedcat to Yarn. She was in Denmark last week on a yarn fair, and it's a lovely color in brown. It's a caramel fudge, it's called. And she said, you can make a nice pair of socks of them. And it was my plan to, but something in me was feeling, no, not socks. Oh, I'm stuck to my sweater. Oh, okay. My bracelet was it's a sharp little thing. But I will make a headband from it. I think it would be the perfect yarn for a lovely headband, and I have quite some ideas. But I will knit it on a sock needle, 2.25, I guess. So first I have to finish some pair of socks before I start on this project. So, all the things I want to make, and I don't know when, but I will make them. It's a good motivation to choose where you will put your time in. Sometimes I will scroll too much at my phone and look at Instagram and Ravelry and all the things, and it's okay. I love it. It's very okay, but not all the time. Knitting is better. I'm watching all the knitting podcasts and all the things, and I love it. And I will do that this afternoon too, I hope, with a cup of tea and maybe a candle on, because it's very grey now and very wet, and I don't have to go outside. So that's lucky me. So I hope you have a lot of nice knitting inspiration and knitting time too, and crochet time. I don't have a running crochet project at the moment. I do want another version of the Ariana cardigan, a warm woolly version. And I also want, I would love to have a granny stripe blanket, but I don't need a blanket. I do need granny stripes in my life. Yes. That's more important, I guess. Maybe I will cast it on. Okay, we shall see. I will see you next week, and have a lovely week. Bye bye.